Oh, glitch. Yeah, it's alright now. I've lost where I am. What am I?
Well, this watch is in excellent condition. You wouldn't even know it's been down there so long. The initials are engraved on the back, and the face shows the time the ship sank.
Oh, have we? Sorry. Whoa!
As we already know, Henderson's initials don't match any other first-class passengers. A watch like this would have only been owned
She's
by a wealthy
creeping
man
me
too.
out.
It looks the same as the one in his photographs. It must be a match.
The shoes and coats seem to be like the style
I didn't
Henderson
realise she
preferred.
was behind
He
me,
always
that's
had
why
his
I went,
shoes hand-made.
whoa!
The Bible pages appear to be completely deteriorated, but the leather cover is intact.
I'm sold. I think it's time to contact Gillian and let her know.
I agree.
Hello, how are you both?
Going well, Gillian. We have some good news for you.
Oh?
We think we found Henderson's final resting place.
Oh my, are you sure? Where was he?
He was near the back of the bow on the port side, close to the debris field we were scanning 2 days ago. Placed a marker and photographed some of the items at the location.
We also recovered a pocket watch from the site. It has the initials WJH engraved on the back.
Do you think it's possible it could be someone else's? Have you checked them against the photos I sent through?
Yes, the items match the photos.
We've found him.
Oh, you don't know how much this means to me, to finally find William's grave. I was starting to think I was wasting my time chasing ghosts in the Atlantic.
Now you have an ending for your biography.
Not just that, we have closure.
What would you like to do?
I want to come down on the next dive with you and place a memorial plaque at the site. I want to see it for myself.
Great idea.
What did you want to do with the items we've collected?
They'll be displayed in museums, alongside other people's recovered belongings. It's important that children learn about the tragedy of the Titanic, that these objects pulled from the ocean remain as reminders of the lives lost. And to thank you both. I want to fund our next expedition.
Our next expedition.
Where are we heading?
Be aware, you are going to go to the stern.
Are I? Am I bound to go, hoo-hoo?
Sure, I know you will for a fact. Because you had been to the stern before, you've only been to the bow. You've never been to the stern section of the ship.
I've never ever done this level. Do I look like...
I was always forever doing it because you were too chicken to do it.
I up.
This is CCG
Well,
at
that
Wilson.
might make a lot of sense.
This is Sedman. Go ahead. Over.
You should be coming up on the stern now, Dr. Lynch. About 200 meters and closing.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Jim. I'll let you know when it starts to show up on.
Wow.
Great. Excited to be back?
Oops.
Yeah, it's been a long winter. Glad to be back in the driving seat.
Getting bored with the new toys in your lab at the university?
I appreciate all the funding we received after finishing the Henderson job. The attention generated was great for the department. It's just nice to be back out in the field again.
Good to hear. How far are you from the stern now? You must be almost ready to disengage autopilot.
Just reaching the ocean floor now.
Okay. Autopilot is disengaged. You'd better place a marker before we head too far.
Hey, do I
Interact
do
with the
that?
button in front of the map to
Marker's been
place one.
placed.
Right. You can head towards the reciprocating engines then.
You know,
The location is marked on your map, and the mission log has been
Yeah.
updated.
You've not
So,
seen
this
them.
is a photography
That's why I've
mission?
lettered you.
Okay, where are you?
Yeah, we've been contracted to photograph a bunch of locations around the stern wreck. We've a couple of side tasks to carry out while we're
Be
here
aware,
too.
YouTube,
Oh.
my sister may freak out.
Oh, you made me poop
I don't
myself.
think I've seen many photos of the
YouTube,
stern.
you may freak out.
Oh, you know, it may freak out. Rephrase that, will freak out.
As it's not as accessible
You see how far back I am?
Interior decks collapsed, and the starboard side is missing hull plating. But even through all the destruction, quite a few interesting features survived. So we'll be focusing on capturing these on camera. Historians have learned a lot by studying the differences in damage and deterioration between the bow and stern sections. The photographs we take today will help experts monitor the rate of decay for different areas.
I love that dog, I really do. I don't think we're very far. We're near the shipwreck yet.
I love your buddy boo.
No, I love it.
Oh, every time I say bacon, he goes ballistic.
When you had him, you're always saying it.
Locate the engines.
Alright, I can see it up ahead. The engines are massive.
Be aware,
These two reciprocating engines weigh about 900 tons each and stand just
So I'm
over
just having a
9
look round,
meters
showing everyone.
They were powered by the steam from the boiler rooms and turned the two side propellers.
Look at that behind me, it's got like a picture, it tells you all the markings.
Turned the
So.
central propeller.
Looks like the upper decks have collapsed and draped over the cylinders.
Yeah, what used to be the first and second class kitchen galley is covering the starboard side, and parts of the sea deck are laying on the port side.
Whoa, what a mess. I think I'm close enough for a photo.
Great. You'll need to deploy the ROV and use the camera.
Ah, Predator. Has anything changed on the ROV since I last
There
operated
you
it?
go.
Oh my
It's
good
had a few upgrades
grief,
thanks to the
they're
additional funding.
massive!
Top quality transmitters have been fitted, so you shouldn't have any issues going out of range of Sedna.
Look up.
Great.
Oh, flip me no.
Look up.
No.
Frank, look up.
Oh! Oh, it's massive! Sorry.
So you guys, my sister's never actually done this level before, so she was always getting me to do this level.
You know, if you had to pick a favourite between this game and Honour and Glory, which one would you say, or do you love both?
I love both. But
Whoa. Alright, maybe jump
look
then.
at that.
Oh, it's Spammels.
You know what they did?
Uh.
They sent him some, like, merch and that of Titanic VR. And they sent him a shirt saying, "I'm not David Smith," with on the front, and he thought Spammels. Be aware, we are going to take a photo of these turbine engines. They are big. Camera.
Right. I've taken a photo. What's next?
You can get out of camera mode by pressing and releasing the info button again. From this menu, you can also see the ROV's map, with your next goal location and mission log visible. You should head towards the second class entrance on the boat deck.
Can I get there in the ROV, or do I need to bring the submersible?
Up to you, really. The range on the ROV is enough to cover the entire stern, but you might like to use the submersible to light up your photographs better. To get back into the submersible, press the return
Right.
button.
I'll head to the second class entrance now.
You might like to swing past the starboard side before you head up to the boat deck. You can kind of see the turbine and dynamo engines through the missing hull. You'll need to be at ground level to look in, just forward of the strip of boat deck hanging down.
Ah, nice. The dynamos generated all the electricity on board, right?
Yeah. Titanic had 4 steam-driven generators that powered the lights, heating, fans, Marconi radio equipment, clocks, telephones, cranes, and elevators. She also had 2 backup generators on D-deck for emergencies, and they were run every night, just in case. Titanic really was a state-of-the-art ship with all the latest conveniences.
What's so special about the second class entrance? Why are we heading there?
The Olympic-class liners were the first to provide second-class passengers with an elevator, and the elevator equipment can be seen at the second-class entrance.
Ah,
The elevator ran through the central well of the forward second-class staircase and accessed the boat deck through to the F deck, skipping A deck. An elevator steward was allocated to each of the 4 elevators on board. They manually moved the elevator up and down the shaft using a lever connected to the motors. A good steward could stop the elevator level with each deck and assisted passengers with information about onboard facilities.
It's weird. The detail on this though, it's brilliant how they've done it.
Yeah, they were working so hard on it.
I bet you're looking forward to Honour and Glory coming out, aren't you?
Really looking forward
How come the back end's in such bad condition?
to it. Because the impact on the ocean floor hit the ocean floor so hard that the walls just completely gave out.
Ah,
If you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. You're going on 5 nights at Freddy's after this.
Not really. We need to deploy the RV.
Wow.
alright. I'm at the second-class entrance. Not in great shape.
The walls of the entrance are propping the equipment up, but it's leaning to port and unstable. Be careful not to get too close when taking the photograph.
Right.
We need to...
Done. Where to next?
Next up is the starboard A deck crane, just aft of here. I've updated your map and mission log.
I'll head there now. I didn't realize any cranes survived on this one.
Where am I going?
Yeah, this is the only one still attached. It was electric, like the other cranes on board, and was used to access the number 4 hatch on B deck. The stern holds 4, 5, and 6 were mostly used for storing third-class baggage and refrigerated food supplies.
Right. Alright, I'm at the crane. I'll get the camera ready.
Camera case.
Done.
Great! On to the aft mast. Like the foremast, the aft mast has collapsed, but you'll see it's fallen to port and leaning over the edge of the B deck hull.
Leaning to port? Was that from the impact?
The stern was spiraling as it landed, and everything shifted to port, including the upper decks. It's more noticeable from the starboard side, but you can see the C deck second-class promenade windows don't line up with the lower deck walls by about 3 meters.
I had no idea the impact was so violent.
Yeah. The stern was traveling at roughly 60 kilometers per hour when it hit the ground. A lot of debris trailed out of the stern as it spun, and the jagged edges of the exposed decks were folded back or peeled off. The implosion damage had blown out the walls and sides, so the upper decks were lacking supports and collapsed on top of each other as it landed. The only reason the stern has some structure now is the watertight bulkheads remain.
Got to photograph this thing.
What is it?
Great, no, whatever.
I know what you mean, don't worry.
Mast. Got to photograph it.
Thanks for letting me have a go, Conk. It's really nice of you. I like this game. My stomach's all jumbly.
Okay, need to...
Sorry.
photograph has been taken. Is it just me, or does this mast look shorter than the foremast?
Yeah, this aft mast is slightly shorter than the foremast. Only the bottom section of both masts remains. The top 4.5 meters were teak and have since disintegrated.
Okay, what's next?
We're heading aft again. Over to the starboard side this time. I'll mark it on your map.
What should I be looking for?
We're moving towards a piece of decking, sticking up out of the collapsed decks. A loose section of the well deck fell fast enough that it managed to slice through the decks just forward of watertight bulkhead O. The exposed joists on top can pose a threat for the ROV. Make sure you don't get too close.
Right, I'll keep my distance. Jump. Why is the decking here collapsed so much more than the port side?
This area suffered massive implosion damage. The stern still had pockets of air as it sank, and the outside pressure increased to a point where the surrounding water forced its way into these pockets. The implosion was powerful enough to strip away all the cabin walls and supports from this area, leaving the decks to collapse on top of each other.
Survivors reported hearing underwater explosions. Do you think that was the stern imploding?
Yeah, that's the current opinion. Ships don't go down quietly.
Okay, what's next?
We've been asked to recover a tile from the decking just aft of here. There is a small pile of tiles from the third-class general room, and we can grab one from the top of the pile.
How good would it be if they did Ghostbusters in VR? You know, I was going to say then, imagine if they had lightsabers, but that's flipping Star Wars. Can tell I'm not quite right. Sorry.
I found the tile.
I know.
I just need
It's
to
a
pick it up by
force of
pressing the
habit, you know
cross
what I'm
button to
like.
interact.
Whoa.
So, this tile was originally from the general room. Was that near here?
Yeah. The third-class general and smoking rooms were at the very aft of the stern, just under the poop deck. We'll pass them as we head over to the port side propeller.
Right.
The general room was used as a covered communal space for families and friends to talk and enjoy music, similar to the open space in the bow. The smoking room next door was strictly for men and was somewhere they could relax and order a drink. If passengers wanted a bit of fresh air, they could head out onto the well deck. The destruction wasn't limited to the top of the ship. The propellers were bent up at an angle of 20 degrees. The correct position of the propeller is 7 meters below ground level. The stern was traveling at about 60 to 80 kilometers per hour and spun 2.5 rotations before hitting the ocean floor. Decks were bent back and the sides aren't connected. The sides must have come apart on the way down because they're bent too far out to be damaged from the impact. The central propeller has been thought to be a 4-blade like Olympics, but Harland and Wolff records show a 3-blade was fitted to Titanic.
Daddy.
We're not done yet, don't panic. You call me okay.
What does that say there? Reach the port side propeller. What's all that in yellow there?
That's all what
Look at the detail of this. Wow. What was that she said? Sorry. I don't know, she's just scraping at the door. She wanted Connor, Dad.
What did you doing down there? What you doing?
Dad.
What did you do?
She just wanted Connor.
Okay, Dr. Lynch. We are nearing the end of our dive. We have a couple of more tasks to complete before returning to the surface.
Right. What's next?
We have a special assignment from a company called VR Education.
That propeller's
currently building
massive.
a virtual model of the Titanic shipwreck.
Sorry.
Whoa, the entire wreck?
Yeah. Well, most of it. They wanted to create the model so that new generations of kids and adults will be able to explore the wreck long after it's gone. She's been sitting here on the bottom of the ocean for over a century now, and is expected to disappear by 2030, thanks to hungry bacteria eating at her hull and slowly dissolving her.
Yeah, it really is sad. It'll soon be just a memory. But this sounds like a worthwhile project. What's the assignment they've asked for?
The developers at VR Education have asked us to place a plaque on the stern next to the one Dr. Ballard placed back in the 80s. The plaque is in your ROV inventory, ready to be placed.
Okay. Where's Dr. Ballard's plaque located?
Ballard placed the plaque between two roller fair leads on the extreme aft starboard side of the stern. I will mark the location on your map.
Thanks, Gene. I'm on my way now.
the RV.
Okay, I'm on location now. I can see Dr. Bollard's plaque.
Great. Once you've placed it, please take a photo so we can send it to the people at VR Education.
Photo-take. The plaque reads, "This plaque is dedicated to the memory of all those who lost their lives on the sinking of RMS Titanic on the 15th of April, 1912. This plaque is located on the ship's final area of refuge before she plunged into the depths of the icy ocean. May those who perished find peace at their eternal destination."
Very poignant. It's sad to know that many of the victims on that tragic night spent their last few moments clinging to life in this very spot. It was the last part of Titanic to submerge.
Yeah, I can't imagine what it would have been like. This whole trip was a big honor. I feel like this one's gonna stick with me.
Me too. It was a pleasure guiding you on your dives, Dr. Lynch. I hope we can get to do this again someday.
Don't mention it. You performed brilliantly. Yeah, I think it's time to call it a day. Let's hope we get some funding to come back here in the future. I'm sure there's a lot more to be discovered.
Me too. Just hit the autopilot to return to the ship.
I think Connor already has. Sorry. That one?
What do you think of that?
I was actually quite good. He wasn't as freaky as I thought. It's just like, OMG, it's really Titanic sort of thing.
That